You've been up all hours of the night attempting to launch your company, or you've worked more overtime than you can keep track of at your current job. Sure, you'd expect to get rich. In this video, I'll go over the 5 surefire indicators of future wealth, the 5th of which being the one trait shared by every multimillionaire, being angry about being poor. Those who wish to increase their income or advance in their careers must be willing to try new things. People who go on to do great things in life everywhere know from an early age that getting rich is difficult. In addition, the lure of ease can derail their pursuit of financial independence. Those who make it financially learn to adapt to a world where their income is never certain. If you want to know what it means to go outside your comfort zone, consider the following examples. Accepting a position that is outside your expertise, acquiring a new talent, or forming relationships with people from whom you could gain valuable life lessons. Starting at the bottom, as Drake puts it. Now that we've arrived, many people will have to work their way up from lower paying jobs and lower ranking positions to achieve their goals. In fact, if you want to build something from scratch, you'll likely have to push through a lot of pain and difficulty. Those who are destined for greatness can take heart in the fact that the path to achievement quickly becomes challenging. You have to practically despise where you are in life right now because the hard route gets easy with time. Most people feel that in order to be truly successful, one must constantly feed his insatiable appetite for wealth. This hunger for great accomplishment will keep you up at night and fuel your drive. Only those who are not content with their current financial situation will work to change it. Here is a video message of congrats in advance. Success is certain for those who discover this fire within and learn to keep it burning. If you share this optimism, give this video a thumbs up, if not, thumbs down. We were all sold the myth that we needed to follow the conventional career path of a 50-hour work week in order to secure a comfortable income. This led many of us to believe that our lives should consist of waking up early, working 8 or more hours a day, staying up late, dealing with all of our other responsibilities, and, if we're lucky, having a few hours to ourselves on the weekend to relax. Who, then, is the one responsible for this nonsense? Ingenious rule-making by man. We must trade our time for money. One could argue that this is the biggest con in history. Time is more valuable than gold because it allows us to do so much more with it. Those who currently make a living by bartering their time for money understand how constricting this is to their financial independence. In fact, I would go so far as to suggest that success through the exchange of time for money is essentially impossible. Your take-home pay is capped whenever you engage in a currency transaction. The first is that there are only so many hours in a day, after accounting for 8 hours of sleep, 2 hours of commuting, 8 hours of work, 8 hours of housework, 8 hours of leisure, and 8 hours of socializing. The average person is left with only 10 to 12 hours to engage in profitable exchange. So long. But the truth is that time is always a constraint. Whether you're making $20.30 an hour or $50 an hour. On top of that, you'll probably be waiting a few years for that promotion you've been hoping for. Furthermore, there is a decent possibility that you won't get the promotion at all. To add insult to injury, our after-tax earnings actually decrease when our income climbs from $60,000 to $100,000 since we pay a higher percentage of our pre-tax earnings in taxes as our income rises. Furthermore, we have far less time for our interests when we must constantly sacrifice them to make ends meet. Something resembling a hobby. We put our passion for helping others and creating things that can make a difference in the world on hold while we focus on making ends meet. In any case, since you're here, you know about the money trap and can avoid it. If you're finally ready to give up this ineffective method of getting money, you may reward yourself by clicking the like button down below. Once you let go of the idea that you need to trade your time for money in order to be successful, you'll find that there are other ways to generate revenue. Possibilities become more apparent to us. There is no hard and fast rule that says we have to put in X number of hours of effort in exchange for X amount of money. If you're in a group of people who know that time is priceless and you want to make a monetary transaction, you're in the wrong company. I don't have enough time to do it. A person with this mindset always considers how he may add value to the lives of those around him. What do you have that others might find useful? What are your strengths? Third, you know the difference between saving and investing for wealth building, which is an area where most people's educations fall short. A lot of people use those two names interchangeably, but those people don't realize that They mean different things. The comparison between the two is like comparing chalk and cheese. Possessing this information bodes well for your financial future. A natural question to ask is, why is it important to have that information? Yes, I hope you'll stay. In a moment, I'll explain how your savings are simply the amount by which your monthly income exceeds your outgoings. When it comes to creating wealth, this is just the beginning. Wealth is generated when accumulated savings are put into various asset markets, such as stocks, bonds, real estate, and precious metals. Some financial advisors may simply recommend setting aside money on a regular basis, reducing expenses, and saving any surplus. It's a good idea to put money aside like this. When you realize the difference between saving and investing, though, you'll know that saving alone won't get you very far. Assuming you're already setting aside a regular amount for mutual funds each month, you can move further. That's serious money making right here. Truth be said, some folks already know that investing money can yield rewards that add to your net worth and help you create wealth over time. However, they believe that keeping money in the bank is the most reliable method. Once you learn to save money and not spend it, you'll realize that a checking account doesn't earn enough interest to keep up with inflation. Money invested in riskier assets like stocks, mutual funds, and real estate is your best hope for the kind of wealth building you're after. Since the value of money decreases over time due to inflation, beating inflation should be a primary goal of any investing strategy. If a loaf of bread costs $3 right now, you should expect to pay closer to $6 in 10 years. So, you should aim for a better rate of return on your investments than inflation. Suppose you put your money in a bank account that gives you 7% interest, which, by the way, you'll probably never see. If inflation is higher than 7%, though, your money will be worth less than it did at the outset, no matter how much extra cash you have at your disposal. For this reason, it's safe to say that knowing the distinction between saving and investing is a sign of financial success. To build wealth, all you need to do is invest at a rate of return higher than inflation and do it on a consistent, long-term basis, in accordance with your financial plan. The presence of financial guides is indicator number 4 in this case. Trust me when I say that you are well on your way to financial success if you already have a mentor. Many highly successful people share this trait. They all had a mentor. A mentor is someone who is working towards the same goals as you but has furthered along the path through experience and can offer advice and insight. In my opinion, having a mentor is critical to your professional development because they can help you steer clear of problems and plan for the next steps in your career. And they can also help you make connections with other people who can be useful contacts. Having a mentor can help you in a variety of ways and can certainly speed up your path to success. In fact, you should be thankful that you recognize the need for a mentor and were able to find one. Why? Well, let me break it down for you right now. Starting, running, and growing a company is a solitary and difficult task. With whom did you consult for advice? From whom could you bounce ideas? And with whom could you turn when you felt down, confused, or in need of a jolt of energy? A Zen proverb says that a wise man learns from his mistakes, so the solution is obvious: find a mentor. There are many people who have developed a business, and many more who are enthusiastic about sharing their insights into what works and what doesn't. When it comes to creating something original, though, you have two possibilities. And the more knowledgeable man will choose to learn from others. The first is to put in a lot of time and effort and figure things out the hard way, through trial and error. The second is to find mentors who have been where I want to go professionally and benefit from their experiences. In short order, I learned that one of the most surefire ways to gauge my own progress was to study the routines, procedures, and mentalities of those who had already achieved my desired outcomes. In retrospect, I can say that I learned one of the most valuable lessons possible from this experience. If you want to speed up your progress in the areas of your life, career, and business, then success modeling is the way to go. Keep in mind that even with a mentor's guidance, you will still have to learn through trial and error. After all, we all know that children learn to walk by imitating their elders, but that they will inevitably have some setbacks along the way. Is there a reason why younger siblings tend to outgrow their older sibling more sooner than older siblings do? They set the bar high early on because they have someone to look up to and model their behavior after. It's a simple notion based on the idea that you become like the people you spend the most time with. You can enhance your odds of success while decreasing your chances of failure by surrounding yourself with people who share your goals and beliefs and who push you to become the best version of yourself. As the old adage goes, fly with eagles, not turkeys. Unfortunately, once one's mental capacity has been expanded, it can never be contracted again. The fifth indication is that you have multiple sources of revenue. One final indicator of future mega richness is the ability to generate money from a variety of sources. Moreover, they have the ability to not only keep but also increase these sources of revenue. People can diversify their income by taking up new jobs. Many successful people got there by working for pay at some point in their lives, eventually amassing enough assets to retire early while continuing to enjoy a comfortable standard of living and a growing bank account. But passive income is another element to financial success, complementing your active revenue. If you are a writer, then bear with me. Opportunities to generate passive income include, but are not limited to, publishing a book or starting a blog that attracts advertisers and generates sales of related products and services. More money coming in from a variety of sources is a good indicator. If you're ready to take your newfound wealth to the next level, click on the next video and we'll show you how. I appreciate you all tuning in, and I'll see you next time.